not take out time to do their research very well. They do not take out time to do their market research very well. So it is very, very important that as we come with this, whatever I'm going to teach you or tell you now, you take it very, very importantly. I also am privileged to have my partner here, Mr. Martins Arebun, is the president of Me program. And we are based here in Turkey. I'm going to introduce myself, then I will go in. But when it's time for questions, please write down your questions. We're going to be taking your questions. I'm sure that probably before or after my presentation, you guys would I would have answered all your questions. So once again, you're all welcome. Let's proceed. So now, let me introduce myself. I think it's important that you guys get to know me very well so that you would know exactly who I am and how we're talking. So my name is Daniel DEJI AYODELE. That is my birth name. I'm also very known as the Global Daniel. I am one of Africa's most sought after foreign trade and investment consultants. I am an author. I have written 2 books on business. One is Digital Dominance, and the other one is How to Brand Yourself and Your Business, because we also noticed that a lot of startups and business owners, they are concerned more about their business and not their brand. And the truth of the matter is, if I would help you as a startup, if I would want to invest in your business, branding is very important. This is one of the things I teach. Branding is very important. So people do not just want to invest in your business, they want to invest in you. Because if I'm going to give out my money, I am not giving your company, I am giving you as a startup. I am giving you as a business owner, not your company. I don't know your company. So if you're going to work with me now, you are going to be working with the Global Daniel, not my company, not Me program, because you don't know Me program. If I don't tell you about Me program, you don't know Me program. So a lot of people, a lot of startups miss that fact. That's where they get it wrong, that instead of them working on themselves, they tend to work on their business. And when these investors, when these people that wants to give them fund comes, they see that, oh, they are more concerned about their business. No, I don't want to just give out my money to your business because your business might fail. But if I trust you well enough, if I know you well enough, even if your business fails, I know that you will come back up again. Okay. And as a startup, I think we should have that mindset. All right. So I work with a lot of startups, business owner, building brand. Then I'm also a social entrepreneur, personal brand strategist, digital marketing consultant, and a conference organizer. Now, if you want to know more about me, you can just Google my name, Daniel DEJI AYODELE. You have loads and loads of information about me on the internet. Okay. I am the founder of Me program. Now let's move on. Now, what is Me program? Our core mission at Me program is to provide a platform for that invest in, motivate, and empower both aspiring and established leaders. All right. So if you're here, you are a startup, you are a business owner, you are a leader. I want you to see yourself as a leader. But in today, our major focus as an organization is keen on entrepreneurship, technology, and finance. Entrepreneurship, technology, and finance. Then what is our vision? Our vision at Me program is to become a global hub of leadership and entrepreneurship skill for the next generation of leaders through internationally recognized initiatives. So what we do as an organization is to bring up your ideas and make it global. Of course, that's where my name comes from, the Global Daniel. And I'm sure that every one of you wants to work with the Global Daniel. I've worked with a lot of startups, a lot of business owners, and today they are just smiling. All right. So I really hope, and I'm looking forward to working with so many of you. Now, we have so many programs that we run, but at the core of what we do is business startup incubator, where we have our B2B meetings, just like this. Distance is never a barrier to what we do. So we have webinars like this, and we have been able to partner with amazing organizations like Bina, Bridge Global, Fireside, to ensure that we reach out to more entrepreneurs. All right, more entrepreneurs. We have entrepreneurs network where we do pitching. Of course, I've been following up with fireside pitching, and it's just amazing. Yavuz Abe has been doing amazingly well when it comes to, the pitching selection and pitching program. So it's an amazing. Then we have another one called the Women Empowerment Program. This is core to my heart because my mother was an entrepreneur, and she's late now, by the way, and she does so much for entrepreneurs that are women. As a matter of fact, I learned that, and that is why I incorporate women program to whatsoever I am doing. So at the core of my heart are the women. I love the women. I love women. I love to see that women are growing in their business. For those of you, if you follow me in my platform, you see that I work with a lot of widows. What we do as an organization is to empower widows. All right. We don't just give them fish. We don't give them money. We train them on how to start up their businesses, agricultural businesses, fintech businesses. So we just empower them one or two ways, and they are doing amazingly well. Now,
we have for women startups in here. Maybe you can support them.
Amazing. Of course, I'm going to meet with so many of you. Now, these are some of the ambassadors and dignitaries that have attached themselves to our brand here in Turkey and outside Turkey. I'm sure that you know some of these people. You can see this is the ambassador of Nigeria to Turkey. He is very much in support of what we do here in Istanbul, Turkey. We have helped a lot of small businesses, B2B businesses going to Africa. We have helped a lot of them. We also have this is one of our mentor and Pazarına here, Ismail Abi Aktash. He is the general coordinator of ASIAD. And of course, ASIAD has about 65,000 businesses under them. So we try as much as possible to work with them to see a way we can promote their businesses in Africa. This is right here is the ambassador of Ethiopia. Of course, Mamlut, you know him here. Then this is China. Then this is the ambassador of Sierra Leone. Then this is the prime minister of, I don't know if you can see it here, the prime minister of Romania. So what am I trying to say? I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to bore you with my pictures, but I want to tell you that we are a reputable organization, and some of these dignitaries that you see here, they have attached themselves to what we do. They love what we do, and we are making waves in African countries. So if you're here and you're thinking, oh, how do I get into Africa? How do I get into Africa? You have met the global Daniel. As we speak now, we are attached to about 6 to 7 African countries. Of course, you're going to be seeing them after now. These are some of our partners and pictures that we've taken. We're working with a lot of people here in Istanbul, Turkey. You can see their pictures. A lot of them, a lot of businesses that we're working with, we're moving them to Africa, and so many of them. That's our picture. We are also in partnership with some persons here. These are some of the businesses that we've been able to move and all that. So let me not bore you. Let me just move. If you can screenshot, you can screenshot. So that, let me just move. Now let's talk about Nigeria. How many of us are excited? Let's talk about Nigeria. How many of us are excited? Yeah. If you are excited, let me see your hands up that you are excited. Yes, I can see your smile. Amazing. Now let's talk about Africa, Nigeria, to be precise. Now, Nigeria is often referred to giant of Africa. Some of you might have heard that before. And as it stands now, Nigeria is the most populous country in the continent of Africa. And it boasts of a diverse and dynamic economy with a population of over 225 million. As at yesterday, our population reached 225 million and more, and over, of course. That's an estimated amount. It is the only African most populous nation, but also it has the largest economy in Africa. So if you're thinking, oh, which country should I go in Africa? I'm going to be telling you more about Nigeria, a country in Africa, and why you should think of Nigeria. Of course, we're talking about access to Nigeria. We're talking about access. How do you have access to Nigeria? What limits you from others is the information. So if you can equip yourself with information, trust me, Nigeria, Africa will just be like your stepping stone for you, where you are going to start winning. Now, I'm going to share some information about Africa. As it stands, Nigeria has the largest economy right now in Africa. It has the largest economy, and it holds the title of its current gross domestic product stands at approximately 560 billion USD, surpassing South Africa as a continent economic powerhouse. Of course, we have heard about South Africa. At some point, we were contending with South Africa, but now Nigeria is way more ahead of South Africa. Way more ahead of South Africa. So let us proceed. Now, I took out time to list out some things here that will make you see how Nigeria GDP has gone from where it used to be and up right now. So if you're thinking, okay, how is Nigeria like? Should I invest in Nigeria? Nigeria has maintained a steady GDP over the years, all right? And it has recorded an average annual of a growth rate of around 2% to 2.5%. And this particular statistics was given as of last year. Now, it has gone even way higher. So you can see from the chart here that it is going up, all right, compared to South Africa. At some point, South Africa was down, but Nigeria has, over time, proved its robust GDP growth, all right? So there are so many more of them. Nigeria has a very vibrant service sector. So when it comes to Nigeria, if you are a service-based service-based sector, Nigeria has a market for you. So the service sector is key driver of Nigeria economy, contributing to significant to its GDP, for those in finance, for those in telecommunication, entertainment. All right. So you have a platform that can promote entertainment. You have a platform that can promote telecommunication. Then you are welcome to Nigeria. All right. Now, Nigeria pathway to Africa. This is one other reason why you should start thinking of Nigeria. One other reason why you should start thinking of Nigeria. Access to West African markets. Just imagine the countries that are surrounding Nigeria. You have Niger, you have Chad, you have Cameroon, you have Benin. You have this country. So Nigeria is strategically located in West African position. And it has positioned itself as a gateway to other African countries. So we are working with some clients now, and they know that, if we can get into Nigeria, we can as well get into Niger, we can as well get into Chad, we can as well get into Cameroon. All right?
Like Istanbul, right?
You said what?
Like Istanbul, right?
Yeah.
Istanbul.
Istanbul.
For example.
Yes, exactly. So, and that is Nigeria for you. There are so many good things about Nigeria, but I'm also going to be sharing the bad part of Nigeria for as many of you that wants to invest. Nigerians has this entrepreneurial spirit. Just like you can see me now, I'm very, very entrepreneurial. My partner here, Mr. Martin, is also very, very entrepreneurial. We are very, very passionate about what we do. We want to make things work. We have this youthful force that, how do we promote this business in Africa? How do we ensure that this business is selling in Africa? So just like myself, we also have other youths in Africa, in Nigeria, that are very, very enthusiastic, want to do business, they want to sell your product. So Nigeria is a very good place for your business if you are thinking of, moving into Africa. All right. Now, what are the challenges? Of course, I cannot talk about this good. There are so many of them. But now let's talk about the challenges. Let's talk about some of the challenges that, of course, as a business startup that you might face in Nigeria. One of the major problems that a lot of startups and business owners, foreign business owners trying to move into Nigeria have is complex regulatory environment. Complex regulatory environment. Nigeria as a country has a complex and often cumbersome regulatory environment. And navigating through it, you need to be experienced, most especially when it comes to permits, residence permit, licenses, how to compliances and all that. It's very, very complex. So if you don't know, if you do not do your market research very well, you might fail. We were working with a company, and when we visited them, the first thing the guy said is, "Oh, Nigeria is too tough. NAFDAC frustrated us." And we said, yes, NAFDAC will frustrate you because you do not go through the right channel. If you go through the right channel, they will not frustrate you. So one of the major reasons why you're frustrated is because you have not thought ahead that, oh, every country has their own policy. And if you as an individual, you as a startup, you do not do your research very well, you are going to be frustrated. The second challenges that a lot of businesses have or startups have is what we call infrastructural deficiencies. All right. Nigeria faces significant infrastructural deficiencies, including unreliable power system. It's not like Turkey that they have, reliable power system, but Nigeria do not have reliable power system, inadequate transportation network, unlike Istanbul, they have, at least to some extent, have reliable transportation system. Okay, limit access to technology and communication services. So for those of you that are into technology, tech, of course, if you can, I will be telling you some things that if you can work, of course, Nigeria is going to be a very, very good place for you. Then we have the political instability. We have change of political leaders, and that has gone far, affecting some of the new businesses and even the established businesses. Security concern. We have worked with a lot of Turkish people, startups, and they'll say, oh, we have concerns about what we are hearing in the internet. How do we mitigate this? Certain regions of Nigeria experience security challenges. There are no doubts, but not the major parts of Nigeria. It's not about what you hear on the internet. It's about, like, most of the people that we've been able to assist that have now established their businesses in Nigeria. They'll say, oh, what we are experiencing here now is totally different from what we see online. And that is how it is. Even when we were in Nigeria, what we hear about Istanbul is totally different from what we experience in Istanbul. I love Istanbul. I love Turkey. All right. But before now, I say, oh, what is happening in Turkey? Oh, residence permit issue, companies and all that. We hear a lot of things. But if you are not there, you will not know. And that is why it is very, very crucial that you work with reliable companies, hub that are down, that can help you with your legal work, that can help you with your residence permit, that can help you with your visa insurance and all that. Then market competition. Nigeria has over 225 million people, 225 million people. So there is no doubt, irrespective of what you are doing, you are going to have competitors that will challenge you, that would have you think about what you're doing. So it's going to be challenging. Now, these are few, there are many more, but let's quickly go straight into some of other things I want to share with you. Now, establishing your business in Nigeria. Some good things about Nigeria. Nigeria is a very good landing place for your businesses, but we also have challenges, and I've shared that with you. Now, how do you establish your business in Nigeria? Just like Turkey, we have the sole proprietorship, we have the partnership, we have the incorporated companies. Now, for foreign businesses, we usually advise that they go for incorporated companies by shares. All right. And I have listed them here. If you are a foreigner and you want to, let me establish my company in Nigeria, then what you should be thinking about is the incorporated company, not the partnership, not the sole proprietorship. Of course, if you can take a screenshot, you can do a screenshot so that you can go over this again. Please, if I'm too fast, tell me, and if I'm too slow, tell me, because I know that so many of us, we might be trying to understand exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. Are we following?
You're perfect. Everybody's following. So wonderful presentation.
Amazing.
Some people are saying, Yavuz, can you translate in Turkish, things like that? But I think we have to be careful, listen to it carefully, and then maybe we'll do a Turkish summary. But it's part of Bridge Global. Bridge Global means we are a bridge to global, which means we all need to, look into and understand in the global language of English. So, but eventually I will do a quick summary of what you said in Turkish for you, Daniel.
Of course, I'm going to send these slides to you so that you can use to do a summary. So I'm very, very sorry for as many of you that do not understand English. Oh, it's painful. I wish I can speak Turkish. I would be communicating with some of you very well. So many people want to connect with me, but because I can't speak Turkish, but my partner is here, he understands a little bit of Turkish. So, and that's why we always move together. So if you have any issue understanding English, that should not be a problem. We have helped a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners that are Turkish. So don't let the language be an issue to, doing what you want to do, okay?
Absolutely.
So if you're thinking, okay, how do I establish my business in Nigeria? Then what you should start thinking of is the incorporated companies. Of course, the word company is used to describe an entity incorporated with limited or unlimited liability and registered under CAMA. All right, under CAMA. Now, subject to certain exception, CAMA provides. CAMA is like a regulatory body, in Nigeria that regulates foreign businesses, how their shares are being managed and all that. So subject to certain exception, CAMA provides that no foreigner company shall carry out businesses in Nigeria unless it is incorporated in Nigeria as a separate entity. Foreign companies have a choice to set up a wholly owned or partially owned subsidiary or affiliate, just like Turkey does. Okay, just the same way it works in Turkey, so it also works in Nigeria. So if you're a startup here and you're a business owner, you're saying, okay, how can I do this? You are welcome. Just go through what I'm sharing with you now. I know so many of us have so many questions, so I'm just going to skip some of these things. I'm going to send this slide to Yavuz Abe so that he can, as many of you that wants to translate or go through, you want to ask question, you can ask. But for now, if you have question, just pen them down while I move. Now, I know this is a little bit small, but this is a very well researched document. Now, process and requirement. So for this, you want to register your company, the same document that you use in Turkey to register your company. What do you do? For Nigerian companies, we are for foreign companies that want to move into Nigeria, what we have done as an organization, as a business hub that is situated here in Turkey and in Nigeria, is that we are working with governments. And some of these governments, like some agencies, let me put that, like agencies, where as a foreigner, you get 24 hours service. So whatever you want to do cannot exceed 24 hours. You want to register your company, 24 hours, and it's online. You can just go to the portal service.cac.gov.ng. Register your company online. You don't have to stress yourself. You don't have to use anybody. Just look at the website. It's stated here on this document. CAC portal. It's called CAC portal, and you get it done within 24 hours. Within 24 hours. But of course, this is internet. You are going to face some challenges, and that is why we are here to help you. All right. Now, we have also, that's for the registration part. As an hub, we have tried as much as possible to partner with a lot of agencies that make this process seamless for startups, for business owners, and all that. All right. Now, another thing you should be looking at as a business owner is visa insurance. Visa insurance. You are in Turkey. I am currently in Turkey. My partner is in Turkey. And what we have done as an organization is to have close partnership with the Nigerian embassy here. Of course, you have seen my picture. We are very close to the Ambassador Ismail Yusuf. We are very close with him. And for as many, in fact, he's very, very much excited. Each time I tell him, I said, we have this community, Bridge Global Fireside Coaching, and we have a lot of businesses that want to move to Africa. He's usually very, very much excited. And you know what he said to me? He said, I can't wait to meet each and every one of them on the 10th of October. He said, on the 10th of October, I will be there to answer all their questions. That's what he said to me and my partner. He said, just tell them that on the 10th of October, I will be there.
I have to translate this if you don't mind. This part. Arkadaşlar çok heyecanlıyım diyor ve özellikle şu an nerede, Nijerya'da iş yapmak isteyenler için nasıl şirket kurulur? Bunun en pratik kısımlarını, devlet olan ilişkileri Daniel çok başarılı yürütüyoruz diyor. Hem Nijerya'da hem Türkiye'de aktif bir iş grubu olarak şu an hem ortağımla beraber sizleri ayın 10'unda Hilton'da, Avcılar'da mutlaka ve mutlaka büyük bir heyecan içinde ağırlamak istiyoruz diyor. Yani 10 Ekim'de sizlerin hepiniz Avcılar Hilton'a davetlisiniz. Bu daveti bizzat iletiyor. Ben de programın moderatörlüğünü yapacağım. Daniel'ın hedefi aynı zamanda Bina Business Incubator'ı Afrika'ya taşımak ve Nijerya'ya özellikle taşımak. Zaten Afrika'da birçok yerde varız. Ve Sayın Mustafa Sakızlı'nın binanın kurucusunun olacağı bu programda Nijerya Büyükelçimizin başkanlığında ve yine Zeki Güvercin'in olacağı bir çalışmayla harika bir program sizleri bekliyor. Değişik sektörlerde sağlık, enerji, ondan sonra dış ticaret ve teknoloji alanlarında mutlaka ve mutlaka sizleri ağırlayacağız. Hepiniz şu an Daniel'ın özel davetlisiniz. Bence bir Daniel'ı alkışlayalım hep beraber. Çok teşekkürler Daniel.
Öncesinde de şöyle bir katkıda bulunmuştu Yavuz Bey. Annesi de girişimci bir hanımefendi olduğu için özellikle kadınları desteklemek.
Oh, well, all our entrepreneurs from Bina as well as especially women entrepreneurs are invited by you and your colleagues. So they are very excited for that. They are honored, all of them. Thank you.
Amazing. We can't wait to have you guys. One of the things we do as an hub is to support as many people that come our path, and we have been doing that for a while, and we are getting results. Then why not? Bina, what Bina does is at the core of our heart. Bridge Global is at the core of our heart. We talk about Bridge Global almost all the time. We talk about Bina almost all the time, and we are very, very much excited to be in partnership with this organization. Okay, so I'm just going to rush now. Now, opportunities for business owners and startups. Opportunities for business owners and startups. Please, I want you to pay close attention to these particular sectors. What I am going to be doing now is to tell you what is required of you and what you can do, mostly the startups. Please, all right? Now, look at this. These are opportunities. Nigerian market presents various opportunities for business owners. Key sectors and strategies to consider. So if you are in any of these sectors, I am going to be telling you from experience, what you should consider. There are very few. We as an organization, we are trying to reduce them. We don't want to be everywhere. But, you know, each time we talk to business owners, most especially in Turkey, we notice that, oh, this one is in agribusiness, this one is in renewable energy, this one is into education, this one is into earth tourism, education tourism. So how do we do this? All right. But I will be telling you what you need, what you can do. You can do this on your own. And now you have us in partnership with Bina, Bridge Global, where we constantly run webinars like this to train you more. What we are doing here now, we are going to continue even when we arrive in Nigeria, where we're going to be telling you, okay, this is what you can do, how you can do it, how you can position yourself very well on a global scale. So the first thing first is to start thinking, how do I go global? How do I go global? If you have a local mindset, you can never go global. Most of the startups, most of the business owners that have local mindset never go global. All right. So you need to think, how do I do this? Of course, the risks are much. Of course, that's why you're an entrepreneur. You must be willing to take risk. You must be willing to make move that others are not making. You must be able to see. All right. As an entrepreneur, you need to see ahead and take risk. Play the chess very well, and you will win. Now, the agricultural and agri business. So you are into agro business, you are into agricultural business. Nigeria has a large agricultural sector, very large, with opportunities in crop cultivation, livestock farming, and agri business. As it stands now, there is high demand of modern farm techniques, technology, solutions for agric business, for agro processing, for exports. Are you get what I'm saying? Even in Nigeria, we were talking to someone that runs that does this chocolate here in Turkey. And what that person does is he goes to Nigeria, of course, we are very rich when it comes to cocoa production. He goes to Nigeria, he buys cocoa, export it from Nigeria, that is, import it into Turkey, he process it and export it back to Nigeria. And we met him and we said, come, why are you wasting funds? If you're a startup, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, what you can do as an owner, which of course we now consider as a strategy, is that consider partnership with local farmers or in local farmers, you will process in Nigeria and you will now sell to Nigeria. Now, what you have successfully done is you have eliminated the export or import costs. And with that, you can have a cheap product, but quality product. So a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners are not thinking in this light. So what they would just want to do is, how do we take from Africa? How do we take from Africa? They don't want to return back to Africa. So you see them importing to Turkey, they finish the product, they now export back. A lot of funds have gone through that. So if you are into agricultural business, you are into agro processing, I want to encourage you. Start looking at, okay, how do I process mini plants in Africa, in any part of Africa? How do I process? Now, that is one. Now, manufacturing industry. Now, the manufacturing sector is growing on a daily basis. Nigeria, as it stands now, of course, I've told you, has the largest economy, largest in Africa, has the largest. And because of that, we have a growing manufacturing demands, domestic demands. And there are a lot of opportunities, mostly for startups. So you run the consumer goods. We visited a company today that produces manufacturing, they manufacture products, construction materials. They are into industrial machineries. And we say, oh, how do we help your organization? How do we help your company enter Africa? Now, this is the strategy. If you are into manufacturing, here is the strategy here. Establish a local manufacturing plant or partner with an existing manufacturer to produce goods locally. So what are we saying? Instead of thinking like Bratabe, instead of you thinking, okay, how do I do this in Africa? Start thinking, how do I partner with local manufacturers in Africa? Now, let me tell you this for free. I'm going to tell you this for free. We are still going to go there for health tourism. What most of the hospitals are doing now is that they are sending management staff to Nigeria. They don't want to go to Nigeria and build hospital anymore. They don't want to go. So what they do is now, for those that are in healthcare and pharmaceutical, so they send management team to Nigeria. Are you know what I'm saying? So this Nigeria, what they do as the management team is they go to equip local doctors in Nigeria with the same brand. Amazing. So as a startup, start thinking that way. That's a very good strategy. Then renewable energy. Nigeria faces energy challenge, electricity challenge, creating opportunities in renewable energy projects. So you sell batteries, you manufacture batteries, solar panel. There is a market for you. Energy storage solution. Please, I want you to look at how you can invest into energy product. I think we have a detailed research report on energy. Yes, we have it. Energy, yeah, we have that. So you can request for this detailed research and say, okay, how can I invest in Nigeria? How can I do it? It's when you start thinking this way, it comes to you. Whatsoever you can think, you can have in your heart, you think about it, you will have it in your hand. So if you are thinking, oh, it's not possible, you might not get it. All right. So I'm just going to skip now. E-commerce and retail. A lot of us, what we want is, how do we move our product to Africa? We do that. My partner here helps furniture. For those that are into furniture business, a lot. He has done so much when it comes to exporting furniture from Turkey to Nigeria. But what we are now trying to do is, instead of thinking of the retail, why don't you think of having a local stand, a local warehouse in Nigeria where most of these things can be stored in Nigeria? In Nigeria, that's how you can build a market base. All right. So when it comes to e-commerce, buying of clothes, building a marketplace, it's good. But how do you establish your base? Now, the strategy is to develop a user-friendly e-commerce platform. Gone are the days where Nigerians don't buy things online. Now everybody buy things online. So if you have a solution that provide e-commerce solution, friendly user website, then Nigeria is for you. You make money in Nigeria. E-commerce, technology, finance, service, and all that. Healthcare, I've talked about healthcare, education and tech, tech, education, tourism, very, very big in Nigeria. I talk about that, I think, today. Nigeria has a very large youth population. A lot of them wants to come to Turkey. A lot of them wants to travel to US. A lot of them wants to go to Europe. So what you can do as an organization is to explore partnership. Partner with people like us. Let's see a way we can partner with your organization, and we will do a lot together. All right, we will do a lot together. I don't want to waste our time now. Again, I know we are behind time, so I'm just going to move. Now, I know so many of us have questions. We have questions. This section today is just to open your eyes to what is doable in Nigeria. Think about what is doable in Nigeria. We have so many companies in Nigeria, Turkish companies in Nigeria that are doing very well. Think about it. How can you also explore? All right. How can you also explore? I'm going to stop here. So that some of us can ask questions. If you have any question in whatever I have shared with you now, please, you can ask before I proceed. Okay, let me just proceed. Then I will let Yawu Zabe do the conclusion. Now, for as many of you that are here, I have a special offer for you. And I've discussed this with Mr. Yawu Zabe. I said, for as many entrepreneurs, startups that are here today, I have a special offer for them. And what is that special offer? On the 10th of October, we are going to be having a conference. Here, I think Yawu Zabe have emphasized that. We're having a conference here in Istanbul, Turkey. What we have done as an organization is a lot of people, they see Nigeria to be very far. They know that Nigeria has a very big market. They know, but they are seeing Nigeria as a very far country. Hey, they are hearing about this in Nigeria. So what we have done as an organization is, okay, let us bring these policy makers to you in Istanbul. At least when you see them, when you see the ambassador, when you see some dignitaries, you can ask them questions yourself. You can relate with them yourself. With that one, it will give you confidence of what to look out for. Now, about this conference, the Me Entrepreneurship Conference is a prestigious annual event dedicated to fostering economic growth and facilitating global trade. That is the essence of this conference. We want to ensure that a lot of people are signing MOUs. We do not care about the quantity. We care about quality. We do not care about people. We know if at the end of the day, even though it's 10 people that attend this conference, we care about people signing MOUs, grants being approved, government grants being approved. A lot of people are getting sponsorship, grants approved. That's what we care about. That is what will give a testimony to Bridge Global. That is what will give testimony to Me program. All right. So at the core of what we do is we want to ensure that Turkish business companies and African counterparts, particularly those in Nigeria, are fulfilled. All right, they are fulfilled. So what to expect in this conference? Educational empowerment, strategic networking, B2B. There's going to be B2B. There's going to be market access to assist Turkish companies in expanding their reach into African markets with a particular focus on Nigeria, and to guide African enterprises in exploring opportunity in Turkey. So what we do is actually two sides. the Nigerian market exploring Turkey, and the Turkish businesses exploring African markets. So it's two-sided. Unlike what we have been seeing, that, oh, everybody wants to move to Africa. No, we also have entrepreneurs, startups that want to move to Asia, that wants to move to Europe, that wants to move to Turkey. So it's two sides. All right.
Excellent.
It's two sides. Then these are amazing speakers. Some of them have confirmed, some of them are not confirmed yet. We are not sure, but they have given their consent that they will try and be here. And you know, one of the major problems we have in Turkey is visa. Some of these people, of course, use diplomatic passports, but some of them ask to still apply from the consulate, and they have assured that they will be here. But if we are working with Yavuz Abi, hopefully some of them will come, some of them might not come. We're going to get more speakers, but these are excellent and amazing policies maker in Nigeria. Some are here, some are not here, and they will be available in Turkey. They will be available with us in Turkey.
And there will be many more coming, actually.
Yes, and there will be more.
You know, Zeki Güvercin, who is, you know, DEJI Senegal member. And then we have many people from Istanbul Chamber of Commerce. We have actually leaders in energy. Bülent Şen, who is the head of Mimarlar ve Mühendisler Odası, which means the head of the Chamber of Engineers, and also, you know, what's the English of Mimarlar, arkadaşlar?
Architects.
Architects, head of architects, as well as engineers. He will be with us, Bülent Şen, and also many other names. You know, so Turkish side will be very strong, and the opening will be done by our Nigerian ambassador, which is confirmed.
Yes.
And Mustafa Sakızlı, and there will be panels and face-to-face matches. I'm really, really excited. You know, there's huge interest to this program, and this is amazing that Bina startups are directly invited. You know, thanks to the leadership of Mustafa Sakızlı. So looking forward to all your attendance, inshallah, on the 10th. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you very much, Mr. Yavuz. You have been very helpful. I don't want to go more, but just think about it. If you are in Turkey, just imagine how you can access these African countries that are West African countries. So personally, I told you that we are youthful, myself and my partner, and in partnership with other organizations. What we want to do is to physically take your product. Forget about the talk. You are going to see us. For as many of you that believe what we are doing, you are going to see us. We are going to take your brochure. We are going to take your product. We are going to take that your small businesses to Africa, where we are going to bring business people together, and we are going to take pictures. They are going to call you. They are going to do a lot of businesses with you. So we are visiting Burkina Faso. We are visiting South Africa. We are visiting Guinea. We are visiting Ghana. We are visiting Benin Republic. We are visiting Cameroon, Rwanda, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Kenya. We are visiting all these countries, even after the conference. So I want you to be part of what we do. Now, of course, you know, for such conference, it's not free. Such conferences are not free. We have ensured that for as many, we don't, like I told you guys, we don't just want sponsorship. We don't just want to bring people together. We want businesses. We want that things will happen. And that is why for this particular package, for those of you that have businesses, these are the packages that we have, price packages that we have. I cannot go without saying this, but I was discussing with Mr. Yavuz, and I said, I have a special offer for as many of business owners that are here. You want to display your product to African market, to those that are coming. Of course, you can see it's $950, but Mr. Yavuz and myself, we had a conversation, and I said, for as many of you that would take action tonight. So you are a business owner, you are a startup, and you say, oh, I also have a stand, I want to have a stand, I want to have a table. You want to take action tonight, between the next 24 hours, you have a discount of $700. So instead of $950, you pay $700. Instead of $950, you pay $700. And if you are very interested, you have to reach out to Mr. Yavuz between now and tomorrow evening. He's going to tell you the process. He's going to tell you what to do. Between now and tomorrow evening, you have to reach out to Mr. Yavuz so that you can take your name down. Instead of $950, you will pay $700. And these are the benefits of what you get: all day B2B meeting, exclusive meeting with the ambassador. You get 2 coffee breaks. Of course, you get a table where you bring 2 people entrance and all that. And that is it. So for as many of you that wants to contact me, here is my contact. Please, you can take a screenshot. You can write me on WhatsApp. I'm on WhatsApp. You can check my Instagram handle. We're doing amazingly well. You can send me an email. This will be sent to Mr. Yavuz Abe. He's going to forward to you. Thank you for having me. Please, if you have any question, we are here. Mr. Yavuz, please, let us acknowledge my partner. Mr. Martins is here in the house.
Well, Mr. Martins, welcome again. Can you also... I want to thank you, Daniel, for the amazing presentation. This is the spirit of an entrepreneur, a global entrepreneur, sincerely building bridges. And Martin, welcome. Let's get a few words from you, brother. How are you doing?
Hello, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Yavuz. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
How are you doing today? It's nice
doing
to meet you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being at, Fireside Chat. Honored to have you.
Yeah, it's nice to have you too. Betul asked me for my presentation. I told her, me and Daniel, we are the same. So if Daniel is making presentation, he's speaking my mind as well.
Okay, no problem.
But I would be happy to add some words to Daniel as well. Thank you all. My name is Martin Sarebun. I am partner with Daniel together at Me Program, and we are partnering with Yavuz Abe to continue to build Nigeria-Turkey relationship and grow businesses from Turkey and from Africa as well. And we are happy to be on this platform to share some of our experiences and some of our goals as well. Mr. Mehmet spoke about his business. Hello, Mr. Mehmet, how are you? I'm very interested in your startup because I actually thought about, because in Nigeria, there is no internet like, in Turkey, it's very limited. So we can use something like that in Nigeria. I started an application as well for delivery here in Turkey and in Nigeria. It's still in development, but we can find a way to do like a merger that we can establish in Nigeria for both delivery and taxi. I think it's something that will be great, especially because it works offline. So we'll discuss about that to provide both logistic solutions and some other solutions in Nigeria, and not just Nigeria, other African countries as well. So please, we can meet sometime real soon and find a way to discuss. Absolutely. And also, I think someone else mentioned about medical services. Yes. It's also very important to have something like that because the world is changing and not everyone is able to see a doctor physically. And I think it's something that can be very important into the future. Some areas in Nigeria are very difficult to reach. And there are some people who don't go to the doctors every day, but would like maybe some help with psychological, problems and some problems that don't really require a lot of testing. So we think those solutions can help people. Some people feel bad about going to the hospital when it comes to issues with psychology. They want to be able to talk in their space. So maybe that will provide some very good solutions to that as well. So we believe that, if we come together, we can assess all the opportunities we have. I already spoke to Yavuz Abe about some sectors that we have some partnership. And please, if you are in those sectors, please, you can reach out. We can find a way to work together and get your business up and running, so we can take advantage of the African markets.
Can you repeat these sectors, Martin, again, just for everyone? Yes, this is very important because, of course, he has a great contacts in Nigeria, and these sectors are really key. So, Martin, if you don't mind reminding everyone one more time.
So please, we have opportunities in the clean energy sector. We have opportunities in construction sector as well. For those people who would like to take on projects in Nigeria, there's opportunities for that. In the agricultural sector, like Daniel mentioned, it's very huge. We have communities willing to give lands for agricultural purposes, for any investor who wants to do agricultural products. And Nigeria is very famous for several agricultural products, which are, of course, and part of that being sesame seeds, which is very well exported to Turkey, and also, cashew and some other products come from Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the biggest producers of cashew, so we believe that these opportunities are open for any company. Also in the mining sector, for those in the mining sector as well, we have some opportunities in the mining sector through our connections for any mining company who wants to take advantage of opportunities in the mining sector in Nigeria. And also, especially, we have a new program being approved in the green energy sector, which is if any producer wants to produce maybe solar batteries in Nigeria, because Nigeria has a lot of lithium in large quantity. So if there's any manufacturer you might know who wants to make the production of these products in Nigeria, the government is making available some funds through donor bodies, to help power those industries to start. And also, of course, Nigeria is very welcoming when it comes to sectors related to power. I think I spoke to Yahoo Zabi about, any company who makes transformers, electric transformers, who would like to come into the Nigerian market as well. The great thing about Nigeria is the fact that you can service the West African region and most part of Africa from Nigeria. So we believe that, if more and more companies show interest in these sectors, I will be writing some more of those sectors on the platform. The ones I forgot, if there are opportunities, I would always send to Yahoo Zabi to make public. If there's anyone interested, we'll be more than happy to help you and assist you in everything. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Martin.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for building bridges between Turkey and Nigeria and Africa. This is amazing. This is the spirit of a global leader. I want to thank you, Martin, again.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your leadership. So I have the first question, if you don't mind. Well, Betul, I think Betul has several questions, Betul, right? But I will also ask, if you don't mind, what are the immediate, midterm, and long-term vision of Nigeria, in terms of trade? I know Turkey has a goal of $100 billion with Africa. And I know there is a limitation in the amount, but 250 million population, 225 plus Nigeria, 80 million plus Turkey. And when you look at, they are also part of D8 organization, which, Nigeria represents. And I know the, D8 is moving into becoming D70 and growing as well. There are many platforms Turkey and Nigeria are sharing. What should we do better from your perspective? Both the question to Martin and Daniel. What should we do better? What should be the first point we should focus on to enhance this relationship?
Okay, should I go first?
Please do.
Okay, so thank you very much for the question. It's very important. I believe that Turkey and Nigeria share a very special connection because we are both countries who want to move into the next phase of development and want to grow in manufacturing sectors. We were speaking with, I think, former minister in Turkey, and he told us that one of the greatest success of Turkey is the establishment of industrial zones, the Sanayi, all these industrial zones. And we think it has been one of the success stories of Turkey. And we want to be able to replicate this success story, use Turkey as a point of contact. The establishment, the architectural development Turkey has embarked on over the years, because we know that the success Turkey has enjoyed in this past decade is due to the manufacturing prowess of the country. That's why the country has been able to withstand all the economic problems that has been posed on this country. And we want to be able to copy this template to replicate the Nigerian model. First, we will propose some of these ideas to the government. We want this relationship between Nigeria and Turkey to move up to G2G level when governments will come together to make some of these policies. Our ambassador spoke to us that Turkey and Nigeria has an agreement on defense related matters, which has enabled Turkish entrepreneurs to do defense contracts and defense related projects with Nigeria. We have an entrepreneur in Turkey who wants to establish a tear gas manufacturing factory in Nigeria, and we believe that's a great step. one of the points Ambassador made when we visited him, he said that Turkey has trade cap with certain countries like United States of America and the United Kingdom, but Nigeria doesn't have those restrictions like Turkey has. So Turkey can use Nigeria as an extra means of increasing trade to these countries by making Nigeria somewhat of a manufacturing satellite hub, which they can manufacture extra product to increase the cap of deliveries to these countries. And we believe that's also a way that we can increase our relationship with Turkey. So the target of Nigeria is to increase our relationship in the sectors of infrastructure, very importantly. We also want to increase because the ambassador mentioned there are lands for anyone who wants to make hotels in Abuja or Lagos. There are lands for people who want to make hospitals, who want to grow that connection. And in infrastructure, there is chance for collaboration.
That's huge. In
agricultural sector as well, it is huge. We know of some Turkish entrepreneurs who go to Nigeria. They sell to Nigeria, take the funds, they buy sesame seeds or Nigerian products and come back to Turkey to trade. We think that is a genius idea on how to improve inter-country trade between Turkey and Nigeria. And we believe that if some more businessmen take some examples from this queue, we can increase this relationship. And of course, we know defense is very important to the government of Turkey. So we want to be able to, increase the connection in defense. Turkey has become one of the fastest growing defense industry in the world, as we know it, producing some of the best equipment in defense industry with drones, military equipment. Nigeria is in that phase where we also want to increase our military powers. So we believe in the future, we haven't started working on defense yet, I and Daniel, but we believe we can grow into that industry because it's a very volatile industry. So Nigeria and Turkey can collaborate also in the defense industry as well. So whatever data you need, I know Mr. Yavuz has a lot of data on the Nigerian-Turkish relationship. We will provide you with all the data that you need. And so we can, assist whatever you want to do in either any part of Africa or in Nigeria. We are available in conjunction with Yavuz Abi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Martins. I want to thank you. So Daniel, what's your take on this?
Thank you very much. I think Martins has said it all. He has said it all. But in addition to what Martins have said, I also think the Turkish, because of course there's a bilateral agreement already for this trade between Nigeria and Turkey, which of course is very strong. Turkey takes Nigeria very, very seriously, but so also for the business owner, because I'm more focused on the business owner, the B2B, not the B2G, the B2B. Of course, you and I and all that. What I think we can urgently do outside the bilateral agreement is we must have an open mind towards each other. And we must learn to trust each other. That is very, very crucial. Because if we don't trust, take for instance, if Turkey and Nigeria do not have that bilateral agreement, they don't trust each other, it will not grow. So even as startups, as business owners, we must learn to trust each other. We must begin to work with ourselves with an open mind. Absolutely. And that is how we can grow this mutual agreement between us. All right, let's involve ourselves in what we are doing as an organization. You see, we are moving from one place to the other. We are bringing businesses together. That's because we have an open mind. We are very, very much interested in social responsibility, business association. We're always attending meetings. So also we expect that the Turkish businessmen would trust us that much that, oh, these guys, we want to work with them. And of course, together we can grow the bilateral agreement between these two countries. And that is it. Thank you very much once again.
That's amazing. I also want to announce, on the entrepreneurship side, some of the chairmen that will join from the Turkish side is, the head of Nijerya, Ali Kurt. He will be joining. He is also head of a private incubator. So he will be on the tent, and as well as Zeki Güvercin, who is actually one of the top leaders in Turkish diplomacy in DEJI, as well as Bülent Şen from the Engineers and Architects Association, and also from Istanbul Chamber of Commerce, very important names. These are all focused on B2B, and on the renewable energy side, on the healthcare side. Abdulhakim Coşkun, who is a healthcare entrepreneur in cancer treatment and other areas. He gladly accepted to be part of the healthcare, panel. So there are many top names who are coming to this program and being part of this amazing initiative. Daniel and Martin's in leading. Thanks to both of them and showing the open mind, the leadership. And we welcome that, and we are really looking forward to boost. That bilateral agreement is just a piece of paper if you don't act on it. So we have to act on it, and the people here will be the heart of these actions by bringing the right parties together, on both sides. And again, everyone is invited to the tent, and looking forward to this amazing program at Hilton in Istanbul at Avcılar on the 10th of October. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any questions you guys have, feel free to ask. Betül Hanım, ben de çeviriler yapabilirim. In the meanwhile, if you, Daniel, send me the presentation, I can also give them a quick summary while Betül is picking the question. Even if you send it to my WhatsApp, I will give a very quick summary in Turkish to them.
Yeah.
Buyurun Betül Hanım.
But Mr. Osman have one question. You once told that the internet in
Infrastructure.
Osman, infrastructure.
Altyapı.
Yeah, is not very good. I ask, how is the normal phone infrastructure?
You mean phone, right? So the question, is how about the phone? How is the...
Yeah. Söyleyemedim şu an.
Çok güzel,
O
harika.
kelimeye çok aşina değilim.
Infrastructure, altyapı. Internet infrastructure, there are good areas, there are bad areas, but how is the phone contact? Do everyone have access to the phone, Daniel and Martins, or are there areas with less phones and more? You can turn on your voice and we'll be happy to listen.
Yes. I think 97%, if I'm not wrong, 97% of Nigerians have mobile phones. Is that your question? Yes. And we are more, I think we have 5G now, though we are still growing, but I think we have 4G, and we are still growing in technology. A lot of startups are working. So a lot of people are using smartphones in Nigeria. I'm sure that Martins have a lot to say about this as well. Martins?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much. Concerning the question, for Nigeria, the access to internet is limited in a way because we have to buy like mobile data. We don't have a lot of unlimited internet like Turkey has. And it's also because sometimes the power situation is tough. So we can have like the modems like Turkey has. That's why we have limited internet. It's not unlimited internet is limited to some homes in Nigeria, but almost every Nigerian, even up to teenagers, use mobile phones. So like a lot of Nigerians are connected by phone, but not as connected like the internet, like everyone would like. In Turkey, you can watch movies with the internet. Sometimes Nigerians have to download movies so they can watch offline. So those are the constraints I was trying to talk about. Hope that answers the question.
Why I ask a question about, you told me that the hospital, the patient cannot move the hospital directly. So remote control the patient is a good idea. Remote control. If you take the mobile phone, then we have a device, and device is connected to mobile phone. Mobile phone send the data. So it's not needed internet. Just the mobile phone is important for me.
Okay.
So I ask a question for this reason.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yes, of course.
I know Nigeria is very fast at digitalizing, and it has a very strong young population. And I have seen any Nigerian I met. I mean, I am employing Nigerian in my TV station, Esther James and many more. They are brilliant. They are very practical. They really want to connect, genuine. That is like the similar values. We also value a lot family. We also have same vision in terms of life. There are so many, respecting diversity, respecting differences. This is really embedded in the Turkish and Nigerian culture, as a multicultural society. So this is a huge opportunity, what I'm seeing here. And I know Daniel why do they call you the global Daniel? Can you tell me about that? While Betül is working on the other question.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You see, the global Daniel is a name that I coined for myself. Now, this is why they call me the global Daniel. When I was in Nigeria, I've always dreamed of going global. The goal, like I said, starts from the mindset. I was working in Nigeria and I said, how do I go global? So, like I said, a lot of entrepreneurs remain global because they have not thought about going global. So exactly. The first thing for me is to start positioning myself as a global entity. Okay. I said, oh, what do I do if I must go global? Just like I want some of you to start thinking, what do you do if you must go global? Your brand is very important. Your personal brand is very, very much important because people buy value, not products. That's what will make me buy from you is because I know you, not because the product is not readily available everywhere. So I began to position myself as a global brand. And I said, okay, henceforth, call me the global Daniel. And immediately I started positioning myself as the global Daniel. I just see myself traveling. People started calling me the global Daniel. People started sending me invitations to African countries, to, all the countries around the world. And today, this year, I have visited about 16 countries. I just returned. Wow. I just returned from India, and the government of India invited me, and we had an amazing, I launched my book in India. We had an amazing program. We recently had another meeting with the Consulate General of Indian Embassy, and they said, oh, tell us, why are you the global Daniel? I said, my name is the major reason why you invited me here. So for some of you, you need to start thinking, if you must go global, what are the things you need to change? Absolutely. It could be as little as your values, okay, what you believe, all right? It's what works in Turkey might not work in some African countries. Yeah, so you need to start studying, looking at what works in those countries. So for me, I position myself as the global Daniel even before I went global. Today, we are working with diplomats, embassies, government. We are doing G2G conferences. We are doing B2G conferences because I am the global Daniel and I remain the global Daniel. And that's why I'm the global Daniel. Thank you very much.
I love it. This is an amazing...
Another question.
Yes, ask me another question. Go ahead, please.
I'm always dreaming this type of life. Always. What is your inspiration?
Okay, thank you.
All of this.
No, so your question is what inspires me? A lot of things inspire me. One of the things that inspire me is the legacy my late mom left for me, my mother. You see, my mother, she's late now, but before she died, I saw her hustling. She was an entrepreneur. She's still the best hardworking woman that I've ever seen in my life. So I grew up from a very poor background. We were not that rich. We were not born into a silver spoon. I struggled to go to school. I had to work very hard just to pay my school fees. It was terrible. My mother had to, sell little of products just to ensure that myself and my siblings go to school. So it was really, really terrible. But one thing that I learned from my mom was never to give up. My mom would say, if you don't give up, it might take time, but you will get to your destination. And that inspired me a lot that, I might not have the leverage that others have. I might not be where I want to be, but if I don't give up, I will get there. So that alone inspires me. And so also, as I began to grow, I began to attract a lot of young entrepreneurs. If you go to my platform, 78% of people on my platform are young entrepreneurs. These people are looking up to me on a daily basis. They are telling me, we are startups. How do we get funding? How do we go global? How do we do exactly what you are doing? So understanding that alone inspires me. And that's why I can't give up. So every day I wake up with the mindset of, how do I help these people? How do I help the widows? How do I help these people start their businesses? How do I help these people get funding for their businesses? So that alone inspires me on a daily basis. All right. So that is what inspired me. Thank you very much for that amazing question.
Amazing answer also.
Amazing, amazing.
Family is very important, you know, it's really the roots of everything. You have a wonderful mom. May God have her, you know, soul rest in peace and, you know, in heaven, inshallah. So, Volkan Deroğlu, Birsen Satıl, Enes Tur has a very interesting chatbot system, which is really including many different areas. Birsen Satıl has a very interesting, you know, boutique type of production focusing on cosmetics, and also we have, you know, Rosalind Tanrıkulu, which is actually specifically focusing on patients with, you know, erythema nodosum, which is a skin condition. She is focusing on producing very special cloths to treat these patients. Their skins are very thin, so it's a very unique market, and she is focusing on these patients and focusing on the solutions with patients with this skin condition. You know, we have Enes Furkan Yurtkal from Wisdom. They have a unique, actually, infrastructure and construction system. They turn, you know, construction into smart construction. So that can be also very interesting for Nigeria. We have Sema Janakpanar here, who is actually focusing on app in finding the right mushrooms, which will not poison people. I don't know how much mushrooms we have in the different villages in Nigeria, but she's working on a solution. There are rare types of mushrooms which create huge value. You know, some are kilograms, are you know, maybe $20,000, $30,000, and some are poisonous. So she is working on an app solution focusing on that. And definitely you should get to know Hatek Strand, Kezban Erdem. Kezban has a shop in Ankara, and she's focusing on hotel textile. She's looking into finding the right hotels, update them. She is top of the notch in terms of the textile. She has her own designs boutique and already designed many hotels in Turkey, Hilton and many others. She's someone you should definitely meet. And also Ege Özen from Nara X are here. Also Volkan Deroğlu and Cumhur Saran Deroğlu. They are also producing different solutions. Of course, these are just cream of the crop, which is, you know, out of 200 applications. You know, we have many others in fintech, in renewable energy, in you know, healthcare. We have digital healthcare company focusing on healthcare tourism. We have, you know, companies focusing on solutions in mining, which has been mentioned, very important by Martins. And also we have bigger corporations, which will be invited also to the event on the 10th, which will be also high-level B2B meeting. So I'm really excited about this meeting, you know, and there's so much to do together to learn from our Nigerian brothers and sisters, and also to share our experience. And like Martin said, it is so important to utilize Nigeria is a production, as a manufacturing hub. You know, since there is no customs or caps, because Turkey cannot, you know, export to textile. But for example, Hatek Strand, Kezban Erdem can have a shop with Daniel and Martins in Nigeria, and they will know the best places to establish the textile or able to match. And then from there, they can do directly export to United States. And so there are many areas of where Turkey has caps. Why not utilize Nigeria as a manufacturing hub? And also, I know the innovation centers in Nigeria are amazing. You know, there are young talent entrepreneurs, and that's why, you know, this is just a very small beginning, but every long journey starts with a very small step. So we are taking that very small, sincere step. You know, what is the possibility of bringing, you know, Daniel and Martins with the group of Bina? You know, he took the initiative. He came and met Yasin El-Madid, and Yasin told me, Yavuz, you gotta take care of Daniel. You know, he built and said, you know, Yavuz, it is so important. Daniel is the Bina Nigeria, so you gotta focus on that. So, so we received also very strong support, and you know, by Mustafa Sakızlı and Yasin, and then we said, okay, we will do this no matter what, and then focus. Once we start, and then it will be annual. It will be like a snow rolling. This meeting we have maybe top 100 people who will be initial. Next meeting will be top 1,000. The other one will be top 10,000. That's how it grows. And I believe in that. This will happen, inshallah. But we need to go step by step and build brick by brick. And Enes, if you want to talk about your solution, because I'm truly impressed, you can even present in Turkish. I think there is huge opportunity in Nigeria for your solution because you have so many different solutions in your chatbot, live support. I think that's a huge opportunity because you have a small, medium enterprise package as well for Nigerian startups, probably. If you want to speak in Turkish, I can translate immediately. It's up to you.
Okay, if you translate for me, it is okay.
Thank you.
Merhaba.
Merhaba. Hello.
Merhaba. Ben bilgisayar mühendisiyim. Eski bir
He's a computer engineer. Enes is a computer engineer.
müşteri ilişkileri sektöründe 3 yıl çalıştım öğrenciyken. Burada global
He worked as a student in actually customer relations, even when he was a student for more than 3 years.
Burada kullandığımız global pazardaki lider ürünleri kullanıyorduk. Oradaki
He had a detailed analysis of all the global players of customer analysis around the globe, and actually used all of them.
genelde bunların hem personel tarafından hem kontrol tarafından eksikleri vardı. Biz bunun eksiklerinden yola çıkarak 7 yıl önce böyle bir girişime başladık. Müşteri
So just 7
işlerine.
years ago, he has seen in every customer relationship system there are defects, and from that analytically he start tearing them apart, pulling them, looking into each defect, and then from there he built up a very unique solution.
Ürünü çıkardıktan sonra global rakiplerin önüne nasıl geçeriz diye düşünürken sektöre görüntülü görüşme, sesli görüşme bir de her dilde translate özelliğini kattık.
So when he was building it step by step, now with his system, he has a solution like Zoom where you can do face to face, and it is also in many languages, in many different languages. Kaç dilde şu ana kadar yapabiliyorsunuz?
Şu an 70 dilde translate var.
So he can translate face to face meetings in 70 different language.
8 tane dilde de panelini, yani herkes ana dilinde de paneli de kullanabiliyor.
And you are able to use the panel also in 8 languages.
Biz piyasaya çıktıktan sonra burada dediler ki sistem çok güzel, müşterilerle iletişim kurabileceğiz ama buna hep istihdam sağladım. Bunu sağlayamıyoruz. Bunun için chatbot geliştirdik 3 yıl önce. Burada şirketlerin
and there
tüm
were times where the customers could not reach. There were times people are not available. So we generated a very special chatbot.
Burada şirketler tüm iş akışlarını otomatik hale getirebiliyorlar.
So now all corporations are able to seamlessly get their flow and actually communication from all platforms, whether it's in Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever, email, website, they're all pulling in one platform.
Bu getirdiği datayı da istediği şekilde yönetebiliyorsun. Yani rezervasyon, müşteri bilgilendirme, müşterilere bilgi alımı, stok paylaşımı gibi aklına da gelebilecek her işi de yapabiliyor bu chatbot'la.
And from there you're able to do all types of interactions, reservations, different types of sharing, all of them from this one single platform.
Biz şimdi bu kadar bir sistemi sağlayınca da şirket içi iletişimi de koyduk. Firmalar kendi içindeki tüm yazışmaları burada yapabiliyorlar.
We also created a universe within the companies. So let's say Martin has a company with 60 people. So this is also a special closed system where 60 people can interact within each other, seamless and able to manage the workflow as well.
Şu an bu kadar veri olunca da bunları dedik CRM gibi bir yapı oluştu. İçindeki veriyi de analiz ederek müşterilerinizi daha verimli kullanabilecek hale getirebiliyor.
Now we also build a CRM similar structure, and we are using this customer relationship management system for tailor-made for very large companies, mid-size, and even for small entrepreneurs.
Çünkü burada tüm şirketlerin müşterisiyle konuşması, personeliyle konuşması, web sitesine kim girdi, nereden girdi, ne zaman girdi, tüm veriler sistemde var. Bunlar şimdi otomatik yapay zeka ile analiz ediliyor. Şirket ihtiyacına göre raporlanıyor.
Now using artificial intelligence, where you came from, where you logged in from, what time, which country, what type of data you use, and all of them are being pooled in one platform and able to follow up for the customer, sustenance, retainment, as well as acquisition.
Bu dili şu anda dünyanın her yerinden mail adresiyle üyelik oluşturabiliyorlar. Subsys.com.
And you have your own email just by using subsys.com. You can say the global Daniel subsys.com, and that's your email as well, and you're able to utilize it everywhere.
Sadece mail adresi üyelik oluşturup deneyebiliyorlar. İstediği modülleri beğenirse.
And you're welcome to try this, test it for free, and then see if you like it. So he's welcoming Daniel, yourself, and Martins as well to test the system for free, and then provide your feedback and maybe partner together.
Eğer partnerlik gibi bir şey olursa çok memnun oluruz.
He will be looking forward to opening Nigeria with you, Daniel, and with you, Martins. Consider this your product. Yes, Martins, we can get your question.
Okay. Hello. Thank you, Enes. Thank you very much. I wanted to ask, are you in Istanbul? Is your office in Istanbul?
Yes.
Okay. We can visit to your office and see exactly how the system works. Maybe sometime next week is better for us. We'll visit, we'll see the system, because it seems like a very good system, but I would like to experience it like firsthand to really understand exactly how it works. And then we can talk about maybe future collaborations between us. Thank you.
When you be Istanbul, always you come to
Absolutely. I will make sure I will send Enes's number to you, Daniel, and to Martins, and then if you have sent it already, perfect. So definitely you should visit him, and that will be amazing. Osman has a very unique medical product, and we are at the cusp of approval. This is in peritoneal dialysis. The valuation is around $2 million now, but after the clinical trial, it may quickly go up to $25 to $30 million. That's our expectation. And with only 120,000 euro investment, the valuation will go up from $2 million to $25 million based on the recent analysis we have done. So we're seeking 120,000 euro for Osman. Osman worked at Baxter, which is one of the top dialysis company, and renal dialysis is a huge problem both in Turkey and Nigeria. Many people have kidney failures, and he developed a very unique solution, which is actually supported by the head of Turkish Transplant Foundation, as well as the top people from Başkent University. So Osman is truly an inventor, and I'm fascinated by him. So with that small amount, I think there's huge opportunity. There are also different models we're working on. For example, one of the things we will do is matching the investment that will come with our crowdfunding platform. So whoever gives 120,000 euro, in exchange for 6%, we will also do another 6% crowdfunding and also provide $120,000. So from day first, that person will have an opportunity to exit. So almost you're going to be partners with a high valuation in 6 months with no risk. So this is a model we developed with Osman after 6 months of mentorship and training. And this is an opportunity. I have some American colleagues who want to meet Osman soon. But, if there is interest, I think Osman should be invited to the healthcare forum and maybe even talk about this innovation, because I'm a medical doctor and I know it's a groundbreaking solution. We have millions of patients, both in Turkey and Nigeria, needs that solution. And we have already set up the physicians who will do the clinical trial in Europe and Turkey. We can add some physicians from Nigeria, some sites, and actually do a global trial, which can also bring it quickly to initially as a Nigerian product to Nigerian market, as a Turkish product to Turkish market. So it will be like a combined solution for two nations, supporting the human health. So because the ticket size is very small, I think we will finish the fundraising within the next 3 months. So this is something, an immediate opportunity. That's why I wanted to highlight, Osman, for you, Daniel, and for Martins. Maybe if there are any healthcare investors, which will also receive, co-funding, that's something we can discuss together.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Wow. Usman, I'm just looking at you and I said, no, you should not be Usman. You should be inventor. You're an inventor.
Exactly. Like
Yes,
the global Daniel, he's the inventor, Osman. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're an inventor, and I can imagine what is going through your head right now. That's an amazing project, and I know the outcome will be amazing. And hopefully we would work with you. We'll work with you, just like Martins has said. What we want to do for all the startups, for all the businesses that we are seeing now, is how we can also partner with them to bringing them to
Nigerian market. Yeah.
Nigerian market. That's what we're working on. And hopefully we'll keep in touch. Yeah.
Okay.
We are very, very much interested in startups like this and products like this, because we know that it's going to be great. Yeah. We have examples of product that people do not even, but this your own is very, very innovative.
It is unique. And I fully support as a medical doctor. I'm working on clinical trials, and we will make it a global success.
Yes.
So whoever jumps in this bandwagon soon. One more is Nara XR. Ege, are you available? If Ege is available, Nara XR just received 400,000 euro grant from European Union, and it is booming in the area of metaverse. If Ege is available, we can talk to him about Nara XR. They are moving very fast in the metaverse, and they call now it's the winter of metaverse. So it's not really as sexy or as popular as it used to be, but it's a phase where the actual technology solutions will become much more mature in 2024 and 2025. So those who are building up will be successful. So if Ege is not available, we will also connect Nara XR with you. And definitely you should connect with Hotextrend, Kezban Erdem. Kezban Hanım, if you're available. Kezban, again, because it's textile, it's practical. The designs she has is amazing. I see immediate opportunity where she can get quick, updating many hotels in Nigeria, where, Daniel and, Martins can obviously make a good amount of money and also build a brand together, a Nigerian brand using Hotextrend. You can rename it if needed. So she's open to renaming the technology, and she has also some projects in wearable, medical technology using textile for patients who are debilitated. So there are many patients who are not able to even clean up themselves. She has built some solutions, and we're working on a European Union grant with her. And Birsen is focusing on healthcare. So Kezban Hanım, söyleyeceğiniz var mı? Ben çevirebilirim.
Teşekkür ederim hocam. Çok sağ olun. Zaten dediklerini söylediniz. Hello Daniel. Hello Martins. My name is Kezban. My product's name is Hotextrend. Hotextrend is a hotel textile and hospital textile. Especially hotel textile is very beautiful products. See our definitely see our products, my products.
Perfect.
Bu kadar hocam. Yani çok fazla.
No, if you down the line, maybe we can also share. I will prepare actually a portfolio of all our companies under BINA that we develop, and you'll be able to pick and choose, Daniel, and meet all of them face to face. Our goal is we have no expectation. We want these companies to become global. And why not Nigeria, the gate of Africa, not just Africa, the gate of the global world, where, like Martin said, from Nigeria, you can also export to other places. So we need to create more synergies. And from Turkey, where Nigerian entrepreneurs can export to Turkish world, which is another 600 million population inside Russia, where the world is torn and there are many wars, we should use our unique cultural advantages and utilize and actually build success stories on that. I don't know if Enes Furkan Yurtkal Wisdom is available. Enes Furkan Yurtkal eğer Wisdom'dan uygunsanız sizi de çevirebilirim. Ege Özen, Sema Can Akpınar, Rosalind Tanrıkol. If anyone wants, we are all way past our time, but it's an amazing, vivid program. So I'm really excited about our startups. Yes. If not, Betül Hanım, I want to thank you again for your leadership and starting the program and engaging from the beginning. Thanks for your leadership. I really appreciate it. And Daniel and Martins, let's close the program with your final words and looking forward to the 10th. Daniel and Martins.
All right. Thank you very much. It's really, truly an honor connecting with each and every one of you. You have said it, what I want to say, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. What we can all do now is to keep on pushing. The world is our playing ground. The more we connect with each other, the more solution we can bring to the table. If we keep innovating, the world is evolving on a daily basis. So you and I, we must keep on innovating our idea. What that beautiful idea that you think you have today might be obsolete tomorrow. So what you and I should do is to keep innovating, evolving as the world evolves. All right? Never to give up. Never, never to give up. Because if you give up, that is the end. So you should never give up, knowing fully well that, of course, you are going to hit your goal. I really am looking forward to a time where we will gather together and we'll be launching global businesses, global brand, grants being awarded and all that. So I'm really, really amazed, and I am very, very grateful for the opportunity to serve, to share, and to communicate with all of you. Yavuzabe, I am very, very much grateful. I know that the future is amazing. And to my friend, Butu, you're amazing. You started engaging me since 3 days ago. Until now, you have been an amazing job. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for what you do. And to each and every one of us, thank you very much. I hope to see you all soon on the 10th of October. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And Martins, may I have your final words, please?
Okay, thank you all so much. It's been a very good experience. It's my first time, really having this conversation on Bridge Global Fireside Chat. And I can tell you it's been very, very informative even for me, meeting you all here, dedicating your time to your different industry. It's very nice. It's very encouraging. And we really hope that we can all find a way to make some very good relationship and businesses in Africa, because we believe that at the end of the day, Africa is a really good market and it's an emerging market. And in the next couple of years, whoever make the step to enter into the African market will reap great benefits. So it will be nice to talk to each and every one of you. I have sent messages. I will be hoping to get some details from Osman Abe, also from NS, and also a few others I think I forgot from Hotex as well. So we will analyze all these details and see which way we can come in and which way we can be a part of your success story. And inshallah, we will be able to work together. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, Martins. You're amazing. So with that, let's take a nice picture. Arkadaşlar bir ekranları bir dakika açalım. Ve her zaman geleneksel olduğu gibi uygun olan arkadaşlarla bir fotoğrafları açalım. Harikasınız. We were gonna say Bridge Global when Betül says 1, 2, 3. So definitely follow Betül.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, el sallayarak ama.
Evet.
1, 2, 3.
Bridge Global.
Global.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening and see you all on October the 10th. Thank you.
See you.
Sağ olun Betül Hanım. Elinize
Rica ederim.
kolay gelsin.
Teşekkürler size.